Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Forrest out in St. Louis. Hopefully you're having a wonderful Thursday. I know I am. Let me turn off my jams over here so I don't get muted. Get kicked off of Facebook. So thanks for swinging by. Thanks for swinging by. Truly appreciate it. So hopefully technology works. Had a couple of crashes here getting this set up. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. I'm going to go through this. I'm just going to talk a little bit about this first. Before I go through these tabs and actually show you how to set it up. That way, if it happens to crash, at least we'll have some content to talk about here on the Facebook Live. We're talking about generating leads and lead magnets, so on and so forth. So let me check here to make sure I'm actually up and running. I believe I am. I haven't heard me chime anywhere. Looks like I'm live over on this side. So let me. Looks like I'm rolling, which is good here. I know some people said they were going to jump on, so I'm going to hang out and give them a chance to get in here. I am live. So just give a chance for some people to jump on. I'm pushing over a couple of pages. This is going to be, if my technology works, if everything works fine tonight and everything rolls across here, I've got a separate monitor set up here so I can do some screen share. I'm actually going to walk through, and I talked about lead magnets last night, sort of the general idea on what they do. So tonight I'm going to actually go through and show you how to, some ideas on how to actually create a lead magnet, how to put it on a page, how to create a lead capture page with a lead magnet, how to provide value. So this is sort of the geeky, techie stuff that's going to walk you through, and hopefully you'll get the idea. And I call them funnels. To me, a funnel is anything that takes a person from one spot and gets them to another spot, and hopefully somewhere in that process either generates you a lead, a customer, or a sale. So that's the process of a funnel, somewhere in that direction there. It looks like I've got a couple of people watching. I think it's me and my wife here, so we'll swing on. We'll get this going just here in a little bit. It's been a sort of a fun, frustrating evening. I have a question. I'm doing a Facebook Live here, so I'll get back here in about 90 minutes. All righty. He asked me a question about one of my teammates there, asking me a question about something, so I'll get back to them here in a little bit. Hey Dawn, thanks for swinging by. Looks like StreamYard is on a little bit of a lag. It should pop up over here into my comment section that she's watching. Can somebody that sees this, can you guys just make a comment? I want to see if you guys are popping up over here in my dashboard, so if somebody does have a question, I can make sure that it gets answered. So truly appreciate you guys swinging by. We're gonna have some fun tonight. Fingers crossed. We'll pray to God that He sends His IT guy down to make sure all this stuff works and keeps it flowing. So I'm gonna bring some cool value tonight. Hey Don, yep, got you. Appreciate it. So I can see you. I can see you joins over here on my iPad, but unless you make a comment, I'm not gonna be able to see it. So feel free. If you do have questions as I'm going through this, throw them, just put them in the comments area, and then I'll most likely, depending on where I'm at in the process, I'll either address it right there on the spot, or I'll come back and address it towards the end. Maybe have a little Q&A on the end. Hopefully, again, this is going to fly. This is going to be a lot. So the cool thing about this, it's Facebook, it's recorded. So afterwards, you can always come back and rewatch it and go through the entire process of what we're talking about here. I'll have a resource list at the end. Hey, Marsh, thanks for swinging by. I'll have a resource list for everything I talk about, so you guys can actually go get those, so you don't have to stop and run over and jump at them. I've got some links that I'll share with you so that you'll be able to do those. I've got a special, matter of fact, the page I'm showing, we'll talk about that here in a little bit. So lead magnets, we're going to get in that. Looks like we're up and rolling here. We've got some things going. What time is it? We've been going here. I'm going to give everybody just about one more minute to jump on here, because I know a lot of people said they wanted to swing by. So hey Jesse, thanks for swinging by. I truly appreciate you guys for swinging by. So let's get into it. Let's rock and roll. Whew, I'm going to read this first, and then I'm going to do a screen share, and hopefully Chrome won't crash. So if Chrome crashes, what I'm going to do is I'll just reboot back into a Facebook Live, and I'll have to maybe just do a screen recording or something and post it back up later. But hopefully this will go live and we'll make everything work. So it sounds cool. So again, if Chrome crashes and I have to do a restart, if you guys just want to hang out, you said you're going to get into what? I'm doing lead magnets. I'm talking about lead magnets. So I don't know if there should be a title up here somewhere. It says how to build a list. How to build a list, create a list, doing lead magnets. You're creating a lead magnet. Hey, Jesse, really appreciate that. So first of all, let's talk about what a lead magnet is. And I'm actually going to look over here. I'm going to read the actual definition. Then I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to go through these really quick, these tabs, and then I'm going to share my screen and we'll walk through them to make sure everybody sees them. So basically, what is a lead magnet? A lead magnet is a way to create a list. It's a system, and we'll talk about this. Last night, I talked about the process of getting people into a lead magnet, adding them to your list so you have a list. The cool thing about having a really big list of people that are sort of in your tribe, that are attracted to you, that are in your culture, is if you have that list, regardless of what company you're attached to, that list is always your list. So if, for example, if you have a contact management system that's in your company and the company's CRM bombs or something, or they go out of business or something happens, and all those people in those leads are actually in their system, you've lost them forever. You don't have any way to follow up with them. So unless you're downloading them onto some kind of Excel spreadsheet or CVS file or something like that, you're not going to have them. The other way to do it, of course, is generate your own leads. And doing that, thanks, I just didn't hear what you said. Okay, that's cool, Don. So talking about lead magnets. So a lead magnet is an incentive, I'm actually going to read the definition here, that marketers offer to potential buyers in exchange for their email address and or other contact information. Lead magnets usually offer a piece of digital, downloadable content, such as a free PDF, a checklist, a report, an ebook, a white paper, or a video. And they must provide value. So let's rewind back a little bit. So you're doing a Facebook Live like this, like I talked about last night, and maybe you're into dating, you're getting 5 tips on you know how to get any girl to go out on a date with you, and you're talking about your five tips. And then at the end, of course, the Facebook Live, you do a call to action that says, hey, if you'd like 7 additional tips, shoot me a private message and say, hey, I want the 7 additional dating tips. So anyone that would then send you their private message for the 7 additional dating tips, you would then respond to them, hey, thanks for watching my Facebook Live. I understand, you know, what are you doing right now to get dates? And they're going to tell you, you know, Match.com or what's the other one, whatever that is. And to say, hey, great, I've got this link right here I'm going to share to you for the 7 additional tips. And of course, that's going to take them over to your landing page, your lead magnet lead capture page. That's where they're going to go. And I'm going to show you how that's going to make sense in this process. So they're going to be on that page, and you're going to be doing a video that says, hey, glad you stopped by. I know you said you wanted 7 additional tips on, you know, how to get dates or how to get girls or whatever you want to call it, right? So you give them 7 additional tips, and you say, hey, if you'd like my entire PDF workbook, the 102 pages of every single thing, every fail that I've ever had, how I've had success, and how I now have a great relationship with a great wife, and blah, blah, blah. Give me your email below. You're putting them on your list. Give me your email below, and I'll send that PDF to you. And from there, you're actually going to send them a PDF. You notice you haven't sold anything at all in this process. You're simply building a list. You're providing value. You're creating a culture, and you're building a tribe. That's what you're doing with a lead magnet. So that's we've got a concept. You're not going in there talking about your CBD oil and da 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 da. And okay, if you want to buy it, you give me your email address below yourself. You're not doing that. Okay, you're not talking about your product. You're providing value. Now you could be doing something about one of the Facebook Lives I did about a year ago. Was I talked about you know, how to relieve joint pain, and you know, different things you do to joint pain. And if you'd like the entire list of ways to relieve joint pain, shoot me a private message. I'll get those to you. Then I actually sent them a downloadable PDF for, I think there was like 101 different ways to relieve joint pain or something like that in that deal. So that was a way for them to get on my list. Now I wasn't doing a lead magnet. I didn't drive them to a lead magnet. That was just a call to action off a Facebook page. But if I really wanted to move them onto my list, I could take them from Facebook over to my list. Of course, at the time, I wasn't building a business or anything. I was just doing a Facebook Live that way, but I could actually move them onto my list. Maybe I'm a personal trainer, right? I'm a personal trainer, and I want to be able to give exercises. So on my Facebook Live, I talk about, you know, 5 tips on how to build 6-pack abs. And then from there, if you'd like additional tips on how to get big guns, shoot me a private message, and I'll get you those. And then from there, I drive them over to my lead magnet where I do the video on how to get bigger guns. And then from there, it says, hey, if you'd like to, if you'd like 10 additional tips on how to get beefier buns or whatever it is that you want, they'll give you your email address below. You've added them to your list. They put their email address in there that goes directly to the downloadable PDF. The downloadable PDF pops up. It gives them the 10 additional tips on how to get better buns. And of course, now they're on the list. They're also going to get an email that says, hey, thanks for subscribing to my list. You requested to download the 10 tips on how to get bigger buns. And then of course, you constantly have an email going out to them once a day about something else. And hopefully about 4 or 5 days down the road, you can then move them to maybe a webinar, a Zoom or something about your business or opportunity that's in line with what you're doing. So you've got to be very careful. I shouldn't say careful. You just have to keep cognizant of who's going to be your target audience, who are you looking for, and how do you want to move them through that funnel from the Facebook Live to the call to action over to the lead magnet page. The lead magnet page gives more value. From there, you capture their email address and give them more value. From there, you put them on your email list, and they go through the email list, and of course, it downloads them there. So let's get rocking and rolling here. We're going to keep my fingers crossed that this screen share works. Again, if it doesn't, you guys, what I will do, if the screen share for some reason just bombs my Chrome out, what I'll do is I'll probably just do a screen recording and upload this back into Facebook, put it on YouTube or something so you guys can actually see the process, because I think it's pretty cool. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Anyway, I've got 9 tabs here. I'm going to walk you through these. I'm going to show you this. So I'm going to click the screen share button. Let's see what happens here. You know what, I want to reiterate. So if I do get a screen share bomb, what I'll do is I'm going to reboot. If you guys want to hang around and wait for me to come back on, you can. If you have any questions about lead magnets, you can feel free to chime in there. I don't see any questions popping up right now, so it's cool. Appreciate you guys. So let's do the screen share. Please work, please work, please work. So screen share. Screen share. All right. Screen share screen number 2. You know what? Hold on. Let's do this first. Screen sharing was canceled. Make sure you click share. Okay, let's do that. I'm gonna try a little bit different angle here. I'm gonna do screen share. Do this. I'm gonna go here. Share the screen. Please load. Yes! It worked. Hopefully, can you guys see this? Let's see if it pops up over here on Facebook. Let's see what we've got going on. Loaded a little bit slow. It's going. Yes! Awesome. Woo, woo, woo. So you guys can just comment. Let me know you guys see it. Yes. Okay, right on. Man. I'm telling you, it crashed like 4 times getting ready for this. I was like, man, I was sweating bullets. So, whew, that was a good one. So, fingers crossed, we made it to slide 1. As you can see here, we talked about the value. I'm going to move my cursor over here. We're going to scroll down just a little bit. And you see the important thing about a lead magnet is very, very important that you must provide value. And this is just a screenshot that I grabbed, and I think I grabbed that from Octane Monster somewhere. Of what a lead magnet might look like if you're going to create one. You see 52 headline hacks. It says a cheat almost for writing blog quotes that go viral or something like, a cheat sheet for writing blog posts that go viral. So that's a great headline. Absolutely awesome. Click here for your free instant access. So with that being a lead magnet, so what they would happen, that's your landing page, right? You've got your image, and of course that image could be a video of you talking. Either way, I like videos because it adds a little bit more human interaction engagement, and people can see who I am. But you can add an image, 52 headline hacks, blah, 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 your free source. So the second they click on that, what's going to happen is going to open up into a pop-up window, and it's going to ask for an email address. It might ask for an email and a name, but email address, if you want to guarantee a higher opt-in, just an email. So they're going to ask for an email address. It's going to drop them in, and it's going to immediately either open up to a page so they can download the cheat sheet, or that's probably what's going to happen. So it's going to open up, they'll be able to see the cheat sheet immediately. It's also going to send them an email and add them to whoever created this lead magnet, their list. and now they're going to be on the list. They're going to constantly get emails on a regular basis. So what does this look like? So how do you create a lead magnet? Now this is going to blow you away. Let's say there's a couple of different places you can get lead magnets. One is you can just go out and Google anything that you could possibly provide somebody this value. 10 tips on how to get bigger guns, 42 tips, just you can put just tips on how to do anything. If you just Google tips on how to, they'll give you a list of anything. Tips on how to build a coffee table, tips on how to get shinier eyeballs, tips on how to get brighter hair, any kind of way you're going to find tips. You're going to find all kinds of tips. So there's two ways you can do it. You don't necessarily want to share somebody else's article, but you can use it as a guideline. I like to create my own. So what I did was just did a faux, and I want to show you this. 10 tips, 10 simple digital business card. Let's see if it loads here. Let's go. Don't crash Chrome. Let's get you over here. Hopefully it'll load up onto the next screen. It says it's running. I apologize. I don't know if it's an internet thing here. It might be my laptop just not having enough resources. But let's get it going. Hopefully it'll load up onto the next page. Let's go. So 10 simple digital business card templates that convert. That was my lead magnet. So what I did, and that's weird that it pulled up the exact same page that I was just looking at. Well, I was organized a little bit. So going back, so where I was going with it, in creating your lead magnet, it can be anything that you want. You can create your own lead magnet by simply going into a Google Docs. You can create itself a Google Doc, and you can create those tips. You can write the tips. You can cut and paste the tips. You can do whatever you want to in Google Docs for that downloadable PDF that somebody's going to be able to click on and download. Your other option, of course, if you want to, is maybe you have a YouTube channel, right? You have a YouTube channel that you have videos on, and maybe you have a private group. You can go in and create those videos with a password protected deal. You can also do it on a blog. Maybe you have a blog and you password protect a certain set of videos on that blog. I know I'm saying a lot, but I just want to feed you guys some ideas. Some people on here are like, what in the blue blaze is he talking about? A blog? And I'm just giving you ideas. So the first idea for creating a lead magnet, this is the piece of information that you're going to give to somebody when they click on the opt-in. So you've got the landing page, and we're going to get to that point. But the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you have something that you can give them. So your first step in this is, what am I going to provide to people for value? Is it going to be a series of videos? Is it going to be a downloadable ebook? Is it going to be something just like they said here, a digital piece of downloadable content, a free PDF, a checklist, some type of report, a white paper, whatever it is? You're going to have to provide that to them. It's something you could write yourself. Maybe maybe you're a maybe you have a background in cosmetology, and you want to give 10 tips on how to have cooler eyebrows or bigger eyelashes, or straighten out your hairline, or whatever it is that you do. I don't know what I'm talking about, but if you see what I'm saying, you could write your own lead magnet and save it in Google Docs or on a form or wherever. Basically, it has to be saved to your computer once you download it. Or it can be a video. Maybe you're talking about videos, and maybe you're making coffee tables. So your 10 tips is how to polish a coffee table so you don't scratch the veneer. Whatever that lead magnet happens to be, you can create that. But again, it has to relate back to what you do in business, something that's relatable or cross-transferable. Maybe if you're in fitness, you give 10 meal tip hacks or whatever it might be. So you're going to create that. And you can create that in Google Docs if you want to create something on your own, or you can go out and download something, copy and paste. You can steal somebody else's content, but just make sure you give them credit. Or one of my favorites, again, would be to do maybe a video series, a how-to video series on what you're doing. For example, here we're talking about 10 simple digital business card templates that convert. So I might do a video and show how to set up 10 different digital business card templates in a YouTube channel, or I like Vimeo, because Vimeo's got some cool features that you can't really incorporate that easily into YouTube, that I'll share here with you in just a minute. So let's go ahead and jump to the next tab. So one of my favorite sources I use for creating lead magnets is a resource called Lead Pages. Lead Pages is something that's very, very easy to use, and everything is running really slow here, so we'll catch up to that. So basically, Lead Pages is just a drag and drop kind of resource. Again, I'll give you guys the link so you can get in here. They have a 14-day trial if you want to try it out. Very, very neat. option for you. If you want that, just shoot me a private message. I'll get you the link to that. So inside your lead pages, you're going to create a page, and you can see down here you can generate leads, make sales, or do something else. Now, of course, here our goal is to generate leads, so we're going to click on that tab. It's going to bring us to the lead generation page, and they should have all been loaded already. I don't know why they're reloading or taking forever. I think I'm just going to tab these and get them all to reload here while we're waiting. I don't know why it says coronavirus impact up there. I don't know what the heck that is, so I'll close that out. So once you click on the Getting Started tab, the next tab is you want to do a free resource. So you're going to give a free resource, a PDF. You're going to click on that, and it's going to come into the back office. And again, this is the dashboard. When you guys get in here and you can take the free trial, it'll work out. It's very, very neat that you can come in and do this. So just going back to what we're talking about in a lead magnet, and I want to go through this flow one more time. In your lead magnet, your whole goal of a lead magnet is to provide value with somebody. So people say, what do I talk about on a Facebook Live? So go find an article of anything you want to talk about, maybe something that relates to you. Maybe your CBD oil helps relieve joint pain or makes people feel better when they take it, or whatever the case might be. So you might do 10 tips on how to feel better, blah, 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 blah. And, that would be hand stretches and, being mobile and drinking a lot of water, whatever that be. And you might say, hey, you want additional 5 tips, number 3 being my favorite, on how to relieve joint pain. I'll send you those to you. Send those to you. Shoot me a private message. Then from the private message, you send them over to the lead magnet. Oh, here's the link. Go check it out. And then, of course, you would have your video, or maybe it's a downloadable PDF, or whatever it might be. You want to capture their email address. You're going to move them into here. So this is what you have here. These are just some of the examples. Like I said, they're very, very easy. I chose how to generate leads. I just clicked on one. I think I chose that one right there. And it's going to bring it to this page here. I'm going to give the page a name. What did I name the page? I actually put it on the next page. I think lead pages that convert, or lead magnets that convert, or something. So lead magnets that convert. I'm not typing anything. Me and this computer are going to have a come to Jesus meeting here after this. There we go. Lead magnet. We'll call this lead magnets that convert. There we go. I'm going to hit continue. It's going to come up here, and this is going to go right into the lead page builder, which will load here in just a second, and we'll get into this, and we'll hopefully do this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really appreciate it. I know I apologize for everything running really, really slow here. Promise it won't be like this next week. So I'm thinking I'm going to do this every week here. For some reason, this jumps into my lead magnets page where I don't want to be. Lead magnets that convert. Just totally skipped me on a page. Let's just hit continue. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to go ahead and share your questions, because I know I went through a lot very, very fast. If you want to sort of catch up on what I talked about in the process or the flow of a lead magnet, did a live yesterday that just talked about the general things. We talked about those today. Again, your value. Think about what your product does in terms of providing value, not what it is, but what does it do for somebody? How does it make them feel? Does it make them feel happier, smilier? More confident? Yeah, smilier. Does it help them feel more confident? Does it make them smile bigger? Does it help them lose weight? Does it help them move faster? How does it make them feel? That's some of the things in a lead magnet. So this is an example. I don't know what 6 Mint is. Just as my disclaimer, I have no idea. This is just a template that he threw in here. I'm going to go through these parts here. You can see this is a banner or logo they've got up top. This is an image that was added here. Of course, you've got your content and your text. And here, so ready to get your free guide, and it says tips and advice on something, tips and recommendations of getting started easier, faster, making money-saving ideas to get the most out of a limited resource of your time, expert advice to avoid the mistakes we make when we get started out. So very generic lead magnet. This again is just an example, and of course, when you click on get the guide, it's going to open up into a lead capture. So somebody's going to put their email address in there. You'll notice it's got a really cool background back here in the back that you can put anything you want to in here. Now, my favorite, again, is to add a video. I would have a video right here. I'd have my graphic up on the top, And you want to keep this information very, very, very simple. It doesn't need to be salesy. It just needs to be very, very simple. What are they going to get when they download the lead magnet, and what kind of a value? Are they going to be able to save more money? Are they going to be able to invest at a higher rate? What are they going to get from the lead magnet? The reason I like to do it on a video is because I can actually talk and I don't have to put so much information over here in text. It can just be me on a video saying, here's what you're going to get. I've got 10 tips on how to do this. If you like those 10 additional tips, simply give me your email address below, and then we'll go into it. It'll download you into a PDF. If you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to me. And of course, you can contact me on Facebook or whatever you want to from that point. So let's go in here. I'm going to show you how to do this. You'll see over here on the left, there's a widget builder. This is very cool. It's very drag and drop. And again, there's a 14-day free trial that comes with this. If you guys would like it, just let me know. Shoot me a private message. I'll get you the link to the 14-day free trial, which is very cool. You can see all these different widgets over here on the side that you can add into this form and replace the form depending on how you want to set it up. It's very, very easy. They've got a lot of tutorials in here. But again, the goal of you isn't to sell this. The goal is to have you a system so that you can build a list. Now, there's probably a ton of ways out there. I know Aweber has a way you can go out and create stuff. You can build a list and you can send people to a page. There's tons of ways to do this. The important thing that you need to know is you've got to drive value. You've got to have a consistent message going from your Facebook Live and your marketing piece, going from there. They're requesting more information. From the more information, you drive them to the lead capture page. You don't necessarily, you could probably do this in an advertising if you want to actually advertise and maybe do an ad campaign on Facebook, 10 tips on how to lose 10 pounds in 10 days or something like that, and create a lead magnet that way where they would actually click on the ad and then go to a lead magnet, and of course maybe have a video or something with some exercises or whatever that might be. And of course, if you like my 101 meal hacks to 101 organic meal hacks on how to eat healthy and lose weight, give me your email address below and I'll get those right over to you. So whatever your concept is, whatever your product is, there's a ton of ways to generate leads. You can do paid advertising and generate leads, or you can do it the more free way. As I say, in terms of free, you can have your own list. You can have these customizable. So let's say your company has 5 or 6 different products, right? Each lead magnet can highlight the value and the benefits of each individual product. So maybe you have one product that helps relieve joint pain. Maybe you have another product that helps people lose weight. Maybe you have one product that makes their hair shinier or whatever. I mean, in cosmetics, there's a ton of stuff that you can do. One's a skincare cream, a skin serum, whatever it is. You could do a lead magnet on, how to highlight the lip things, where you do like a darker line on the outside and lighter on the inside. I mean, you could go down that rabbit hole for days and days and days and days with content based on a singular product and a lead magnet. Lead magnets you can have a lot of fun with these. And the lead magnet, you could also say, hey, the first 100 people to opt in to my lead, the first 100, if you're doing on a video, the first 100 people to opt in, you can put a counter down there. It can be a lot of fun. That's actually built in here, a counter where they count up, and it adds to the point where the first 100 people to opt in are going to get a free sample of my newest XYZ PDQ product. And of course, you're going to opt in. Now, here's the cool thing about that is, right, for them to get the free sample, guess what they have to do? They've got to give you their entire life story. They've got to give you their name, their address, their phone number, their firstborn child. They've got to give you a lot more information. So if you'd like to get my free sample, fill out the form below. Give me the form below, and then of course you can request all that information on that form in doing that. So, or you could send them an email. Say, hey, if you'd like that, fill out the form below. Shoot me your email address. And of course, they could go maybe to another form that would actually be more detailed in terms of how they get that set up. So, can you use LFI cards for your follow-up emails once you're on an email list? Yeah, absolutely. So, you can actually use your LFI card as your lead magnet. So, anywhere that you wanted to, and if you're not sure if you guys don't know what she's talking about, that's basically it's a digital business card that I talked about earlier. They're completely customizable. You can actually do that as your lead magnet. You could put your lead magnet, you could do a video at the top and say, hey, thanks for stopping by. If you'd like the 10 additional tips, click the link below. And of course, it would open up. They'd go into a form, or you can actually create a form from there to open up, and it can drive them into a lead magnet, put them on your email list. So there's all kinds of ways to skin that cat in terms of driving people where you want to put them. Digital business card would take one extra step. Because you can build a lead capture page, you can build a lead capture into it, but it's sort of weird in how it works. So if you figure that out, you can definitely do that. But there's a lot of ways you can skin the cat. You could actually use the digital business card if you guys are using that a digital business card resource as the lead magnet. So you could actually drive people to the digital business card, which is cool. The cool thing about a digital business card and any of this stuff is branding. Whatever, you can have a website address that you can send people to that's a standard website address. So, you know, I have my website address and I can put something in front of it. Say, for example, my lead magnet this week is going to be on eyeliner. So I can be eyeliner.forestnight.com. And it's like, if you like your free lead, if you like the free 10 tips on how to get this, go to eyeliner.forestnight.com. It's going to take them to that lead magnet page, whatever that is, digital business card, landing page, lead pages, whatever it might be, right? It's going to take them to that page, and it's a lead magnet. So that way I can sort of track. I have that specific URL pointed at that particular landing page. I know I just blew some people's heads up. You can do that as well. So you're branding yourself. So you can actually put yourself out on those lead pages. So somebody says, hey, can I get some information on your eyeliner? You say, great, go to eyeliner.forestnight.com. Somebody says, hey, I want to get some information on your bone and joint supplement. Say, great, go to boneandjoint.forestnight.com. Somebody says, I want to get information on lead pages. You say, go to lp.forestnight.com. Whatever it might be, you can brand yourself by creating URLs. And that's a whole nother training about creating subdomains. We won't go down there. We'll talk about that maybe next week. Maybe we'll do that next week, and we'll go to some training and do that. So as you can see here, a lot of this stuff is just drag and drop depending on what I want to do. They say I want to add a video in here. I can simply come over and I can drop my video in here where I want it to, and I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to add a video in there. I think I'm going to add a video in there. Be nice. Yeah, my resources on here just killing me. So you can add a video into this, and the way you would do that, oh, there we go. So it's being cray here. Just delete that. We can get the image out of there. I think I've added, let's dump that one. And you'll notice I've got my video here. Now I want to add, so what I want to do is I've got a video and we're talking about digital business cards, and maybe it's, like I said, it's 10 tips on 10 digital business card templates to create leads or whatever it might be. So I can come over here and let's see, I'm on Vimeo and it's loading. I'm going to grab my URL. You guys are going to love this. This is so freaking cool in terms of how to add a video. Now, the reason I use Vimeo on my videos is because on Vimeo, there's so much stuff to do, especially if you upgrade your pro version in Vimeo. You can actually do lead captures like right on the freaking video. So check this out, you guys. The awesome lead magnet idea is, depending on where you're going in the process of your funnel, is you can actually put an email on the front of your video. So if people want to watch the video, maybe it's 10 resources, 10 resources you never get anywhere else on how to do whatever. You know, it's got to have super value in it. So you can actually put an email capture form, and that's another training down the road that we can talk about. So anyway, what I want to do is I've got this video set up here. I want to add this to my lead capture page, and everything is going really slow here. Copy the embed code. I'm going to come back over to my, now, Marcia, you were talking about for digital business cards, if you're going to insert the Vimeo, you use the URL right here, just so you know. So you use the URL as part of under the social media tab to add the video in on the digital business cards. But for this this training here, yep, it's not my lead magnets. So I'm going to add my video. I'm going to click there. I'm simply going to do Control V, hit save, and I've just added my video from Vimeo onto my lead capture page, onto my lead magnet page. So how to use a digital business card for follow-up. And of course, like I said, again, I can add whatever kind of graphic I want to in here on the top of the page. It's going really slow. But you guys can see it's very drag and drop. It's very customizable. You can move stuff around. You can duplicate stuff. You can add stuff in. It's like full force. What about the lead? What about the form? So you'll notice over here there's a widget that says form. It's the same widget that's right here. We can attach those. I'm going to show you how to do a lead magnet here in just a second as soon as my resources catch up. This thing is going ridiculously slow. Come on, let's go. Let's catch up. So you can add a lead magnet in. So we're talking about lead magnets on videos, This page could be exclusively just a video. It could be you on a video with a lead capture form right underneath it, and that's all that's there on the lead magnet. So if you are into doing videos and you'd like to talk about the 10 tips on how to do whatever, this could actually be a video only on this page. You don't have to have any other content on there. It's just the video. You're just sending people to the video page. It's your lead magnet, and you're walking them through 10 tips on how to do whatever, 5 tips on how to do whatever. Or maybe you're doing exercises. Maybe you're a personal trainer and you're doing exercises or fitness, or maybe you're in health and wellness and you want to show people on how to get to lose the gut. Some exercises, maybe body weight exercises that you can do at home, and you can do that on your lead magnet, on your video, and then you could say, just doing your sit-ups or whatever, you could sit up and say, hey, if you'd like, 45 additional exercises on how to just get 6-pack abs and get ripped in tone, give me the email address below, and I'll send you those resources. And of course, from there, they could go to a YouTube channel, could go to a Vimeo channel, could go to a blog, where they could opt in again on your blog to get newsletters from your blog. So there's a lot of ways when you're tracking somebody down a funnel, just tons of ways to do that. And you can create your own depending on what you want to do. Same thing with your digital business cards. You could drive people from here to your digital business card. Your digital business card would open up, and of course they've got that. You can track that and set that up. So lots of ways. I appreciate it. Yeah, it is running a little bit slow. I think I'm going to get me a new computer here because this is just driving me nuts, or I'll have to clear up or add some resources to this. So we'll work through this. So this is your page, and once you set your page up, depending on how you want to lay it out, like I said, all of these resources is just drag and drop. Maybe I want to add a button in here somewhere. A button would be simply a link, so you could customize the button. They would click on the button. It could take them somewhere else, anywhere you want them to go. You can add in a form. You can add in social likes and shares. Now, some of the things you want to do, if you're creating a lead magnet, you want to keep them on this page. You don't want to have them navigate somewhere else. You don't want to have them leave and go to Facebook, because once they're gone, they're not coming back. So you want to keep them on this page. So there's resources here. The goal of this lead magnet lead capture page is to drive tons of value to your customer. You want to give them so much value. Like, I can't believe that. And when you get ready to offer them something, a paid version of this, you're going to do one of your $27 offers or whatever it is and start generating revenue from the backside. You're going to get them in that blog, and they get email number 5 that says, hey, if you'd like to attend this webinar, we're going to have a special guest speaker on here. It's $27 to attend. And because you've given them so much value over and over and over and over and over and over, it's going to be very, very difficult for them not to, swipe their card and give you $27 to pay to get into a webinar to do whatever. If you're in Forex trading, maybe you have a special guest that's going to come on and show them the top 10 picks for Forex or whatever it is. I mean, it's just unlimited how you can drive people from that. So maybe you are in Forex trading and you do a Facebook Live on Forex trading. If you'd like to say, hey, if you'd like a downloadable trading experts talking about blah, 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 and at the end of that, you could have a thing that pops up and says, hey, if you'd like, a downloadable PDF on the top 10 Forex picks or the top 20 Forex picks or whatever, give me your email address. They put in their email address, it opens up, and they have a downloadable list of all the companies that you would recommend that would be the best conversion for Forex, right? Anything that you can do, but you've added them now to your list. You've added them to your list. So as you're going through your list, next time you have a webinar, guess what? You shoot them an email and say, hey, we got a Forex trading webinar today, because they're on your list. You do a big broadcast email and you send them a list. You send them an email broadcast to drive them to your webinar, wherever that's at. That's providing value. You get 17, 18, 19, 20,000 people on a list. You start to really, really have a lot of fun in terms of being able to broadcast to them people. I've got about 3,800 people on my list right now from doing things very similar to this. Some of them opt out, that's okay. Some of them unsubscribe, absolutely okay. And then I add more people, I do more lead magnets, I generate more leads, I drive a lot of lead traffic from Facebook into a lead magnet, put them on the list because they're doing value, they're providing value. Normally in a webinar like this, I'd actually set it up on a webinar, have somebody opt in. They're going to give me their email address and their name, they're going to opt in, they're automatically going to get added to my list of people that join a webinar like this. Can you use a company video on a product, or is that bad? I would not, unless it's a super generic you don't want to use a company video for a lead magnet unless it's very, very generic. I mean, if it's a very generic video that nobody has any clue what the company is, then that would be okay. But yeah, I would stay away from company videos. I would do a personal video. I would, if you're going to put a video on a lead capture page, it needs to be you or maybe an expert in your company talking about some very generic stuff, because again, you want to drive value. You don't want to sound salesy. You don't want to sound like you're trying to get them to buy something. Your whole goal is to get them on your list, not to sell them something. Your whole goal is to get them on your list. It's not to sell them something. Your whole goal is to get them on your list. It's not to sell them something. They're going to use this is when you get the rapport builder, something about building trust, and people know, like, and trust you. This is that solution, right? Because Marshall, we're out here cold prospecting, knocking on doors, knocking on doors, knocking on doors, knocking on doors. You want to buy my stuff? You want to buy my stuff? You want to buy my stuff? That's not actually what we say, but I'm just using a general term. But we're knocking on doors with cold prospecting. So in doing a Facebook Live like this, where I'm going to drive traffic through to a lead magnet, I want to continue. I want to give them so much value. The next time I ask them to do anything, they're going to be like, yeah. Just like my dog, he's got certain things that triggers him. He knows if I open his dog food dish downstairs, he falls down the stairs. He's really getting really. Oh, he actually fell down the stairs today. I feel so sorry for him. He's going to be 10 years old. No, wait a minute. Yeah, he's going to be 10 years old next month, and he's just walking around. He's got arthritis. He's laying over here. I'm surprised you can't hear him snoring and farting. So anyway, talking about lead magnets, just think about your funnel, write it down, go through the transition, figure out what you want to say. You can create your own, like I said, you can create your own lead magnet that you want to, that you can add in to the forms. I was hoping I could show you this, guys, but I think it looks like my page actually froze. Let me do a reload here. I'm going to do a reload, see if that saves up. But if you'll notice, while that's doing that, I'm going to jump over here to my lead magnets. You'll see this is one of my lead magnets that I actually created on my own. 11 tried and true lead magnet ideas. I actually created this in a PDF, and then I loaded it up here. So I created a lead magnet. So in the lead pages, I can simply click on create a lead magnet on this button. It's going to load it up, and it's going to add it into the lead magnet form. And the lead magnet is there. So when I can actually create my own lead magnet. So you see here, I can paste it from a domain URL, or I can upload a file. So in terms of uploading a file, I simply click browse. I simply click browse. I think I'm going to get me a MacBook Pro here like next week. So let's see, let's go to documents. Should be in documents, and I think it was I forgot what it was called. Where's it? I got so much junk on here. Got a lot of stuff I need to take off here. Where's it at? Where is that? So we'll just say this one. This is my one of my favorite ones that I did. If you guys don't know, Kimberly Olson, she's the gold digger. She has a really cool lead magnet that she does that she uses to teach on LinkedIn. And so if you didn't see my LinkedIn training, guess where I got it from? I learned it from Kimberly Olson. So I just added this really cool lead magnet in here. I simply hit save, and the lead magnet was something that I had saved on my computer that I downloaded. I like to create my own stuff sometimes in just 10 tips or whatever it might be. I got to put all this stuff in here. So you fill all this stuff in. Anyway, you create the lead magnet, it gets saved. Let me hit cancel. So cancel. I've got the lead magnets in here. They've been added in as a lead magnet form that I can now add into my page whenever it reloads. I'm going to get you back here so I could actually show you a page for a lead magnet. If it loads up. Hang on a moment while we load your experience. So any additional questions about lead magnets? So let's just recap on everything that we talked about in creating a lead magnet. Any one of these sources, I apologize for the resource running so slow here. I'm surprised it actually came up and didn't bomb, so which is good. We made it this far. What I'm probably going to do is I'll download everything, and I'm going to do just a screen recording and walk you through, and I'll edit out all the slowness in the middle and just walk you through it faster. I'll probably post it up on Vimeo for you guys if you want to hear, and I'll probably get that done sometime this weekend. So if you like that recording on everything, hey Laura, thanks for swinging by. So in terms of talking about a lead magnet, so how do you create that funnel, that transition to put people on your list? So first of all, you come up with a Facebook Live, and you want to have a really cool Facebook Live title. You know, how to generate a list using lead magnets would be your title. And then you go through the process and say, hey, if you'd like 10 additional tips on how to create a lead magnet, or 101. As a matter of fact, I'll throw that out there as a call to action right now. This is a real call to action, you guys. If you'd like 101, I think it's 101 ideas on lead magnet ideas, shoot me a private message and I'll get that to you right after this live. So that's actually a true lead magnet, 101 lead magnet ideas. So you can see here that we're back to the page. I added a video on it. So if you'd like that resource, shoot me a private message. I'll get those to you. So the cool thing about that is it's actually a list. It's going to take you to a page. It's going to download a lead magnet and add you to a list. So very, very cool in terms of the process. So just rewind a little bit. So you're doing your Facebook Live. You got your awesome title. It's going to stop the scroll. You come on, you do your intro. You talk about your ideas and your lead magnets. You can give your 10 tips. You do your call to action for 7, 8, 9, 10 additional tips, whatever that number is. It's up to you. You definitely want to do more than three or more. So, you know, 3 additional tips, 5 additional tips, 10 additional tips. Matter of fact, 10 additional tips, number 7 is absolutely mind-blowing and absolutely changed my life forever. People are going to opt into that. They're going to send you a private message. You get the private message. You say, hey, great, here's the link to go get those 10 additional resources. That link takes you to your lead capture page with your lead magnet on it that says, hey, great, here's your 10 additional tips. It can be a video. It can be a downloadable PDF or whatever you want to download those. They're going to click on the link. They're going to put in their email address, right? They're going to put in their email address and download those. What I would recommend, if you are sending those to, if you're sending people from a Facebook Live where you said you're going to give them 10 additional tips, don't make them opt in again to get those 10 additional tips. Actually send them to a page where it lists the 10 additional tips. And then if they want additional information, they want additional tips on top of that. Maybe they want whatever it is. Maybe they want videos on how to get 6-pack abs or whatever those additional are. Then you ask them to opt in. So you give them a 10 additional tips and then you ask them to opt in where they give you their email. So just make sure that's very, very clear is when you do the call to action from Facebook, you're not asking them to opt in and give you their email yet. You're sending them to the lead capture page, which is the lead magnet, which gives them the 10 additional tips. Whether it can be a video, I recommend that you talking on video. Say, hey, thanks, congratulations for making the decision on these 10 additional tips. And here they are, tip 1, tip 2, tip 3, tip 4, tip 5, tip. And remember I said tip 7 absolutely changed my life. And here's why, blah, blah, blah. Tip 8, tip 9, tip 10. And if you like, you know, my PDF downloadable book, if you'd like to join me over on my YouTube channel or whatever, depends on where you want to transition people to, give me an email address below and I'll get you 101 ideas on lead magnets. They put in their email address, it gives, and they instantly click on it, opens up, and there's the 101 ideas for lead magnets, and then you added them to your list. They're now on your email list and you're off and running. So hopefully that makes sense. Yes, the 100 lead list would be a great, would be great, please. Laura, as I say, if you like the list, shoot me a private message and I'll get that to you in the call to actions. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So creating lead magnets, and the ideas in the lead magnet list are cute. They're really cool. Some of them are just something, but try to find something in a lead magnet if you are using an outside resource that relates to what you're doing. So the topic that I just talked about, maybe I might do a lead list on, you know, how to do Google advertising with great headlines. Makes sense in terms of if I'm going to create an advertisement on Google, that's going to drive people to my lead capture page, right? So it just depends on what you want to do and what product or service or opportunity that you're offering to help people out. And hopefully you guys have got a ton of value from this. If you have any additional questions, I'm going to actually hit stop sharing here. Stop sharing. There we go. I'm back. Again, I apologize for the just total slow resources over there. Now everything's working just fine. It has something to do with my HDMI cord and the second monitor or something. It's a trip over here. It slows everything down for some reason. So we'll get that. If you would like those lead magnet ideas, shoot me a private message. I'll get the link over to you. Absolutely cool resource for lead magnets. Definitely get those to you. If you'd like my resource list, if you'd like the free trial offer for the lead pages, shoot me a private message. I'll get you the link to that as well. So you can go in and play with that and see if it's something you might want to use for your business building. I love it. It can create a landing page, a lead page, a video page, a lead capture page, just literally instantly on the fly. We did talk about digital business cards, same thing there. If you want some information on the digital business cards, shoot me a message and I'll get you some information on that. If you want all the information, all the resources, just say, hey, I want all the resources and I'll get those all to you as well. So this is Forrest out in St. Louis. I love you. Jesus loves you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. No more empty refrigerators. Go out and make an extreme impact. Peace out. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.